Hello and welcome to a very special video. Today we're going to talk about why watch The Outer Circle. The Outer Circle is one of those channels I'd say that's probably for the longest advocated for the customer. He's done a number of different series talking about how to start armies, collect armies, so on and so forth. And he's talked about a lot of topics, and oddly enough, some of them have some crossover of things I've done myself. Now, I appreciate The Outer Circle because, for the most part, in my opinion, he's very well spoken, he's very direct, he gets to the point very well, and he is not bought and sold, which is a very important thing in this day and age where I'm pretty sure most YouTubers who are talking about Warhammer are generally on a contract of some manner. That's neither good or bad, but that's just the reality of the situation. Now, the Outer Circle has done a number of different videos, from collecting, some hobby philosophy, and of course starting and how to do various things, and even talked about standards within the hobby like painting and doing the best and aspirational elements. In general, I think he's a very good advocate for the customer with his directness, with his well-spoken, and he's very considered in how he does things. And most of all, in my opinion, he's very, very honest. Now, he also covers other elements like 3D printings, which I actually appreciate his 3D printing reviews a great deal, and I think they are quite handy for people interested in that potential hobby. Now, how did I discover The Outer Circle? I did a little bit of re-binging through some of his stuff, which is what I do generally before I talk about someone's channel to suggest them to people. And I felt very, very old in that the video I first saw for The Outer Circle was What Broke the Fans? Chaos Space Marines. And that was some 8 odd years ago or more. I don't remember exactly. And beyond reopening a old and very painful wound, I think it was the fact that he was broaching into topics that were actually things that concerned people and have had a cachet with many, in that they feel that there's not a lot of people going out there and giving voice to their frustrations and their wants for improvements in areas without being called something like a whiner or a salt miner or whatever. I think that the Outer Circle performs a very useful duty. He is talking in a constructive manner about these various products, these various problems, and trying to help bring attention to it. And of course, most importantly, let people know that they are not alone with these problems. Now, what can I say in a closing, honestly? I would say this. We often overlook people who will look at something and note the problems and go, these need to be fixed. We often push those people aside because, as human nature, we often want to look at the positives and not the negatives. And we often overlook those who try to improve our lives by telling us a simple truth. Things are not perfect, nothing will be perfect at all, and there is always room for improvement. And I think around, especially Games Workshop products, that is something sorely, sorely missing. There are far too many people who will glad hand that company left and right and not be honest about the problems, the flaws, and the fact that the products put before the customers, because you're not a consumer, are often something that we have to ask the question of, is this what people wanted? Or is this just a hype train for GW to sell you what they feel like? So, if for any reason other than you enjoy his content and you enjoy someone that's going to have a fairly considered video about the topic, I would say check him out, because at least then you would know what the arguments against something are, what the flaws are potentially in it, and it's always good to hear an opposing thought, even if you're on the more positive end of Warhammer. So, give him a check, give him a big old thumbs up, and hey, have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.